This is it. This is it. This is the 50 acres. This is the 50 acres my wife and I purchased here, split in half. And the biggest factor I want to share with you guys right now is that it took us a long time of being as patient as possible and learning that impatience was the biggest point and the biggest obstacle in front of us. And the biggest factor I want to share with you too is that a lot of people out there, they don't want you to succeed. A lot of people are sitting there and they're sitting behind closed doors and they're wishing that they could be like you. There are a lot of people are watching you go and they're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to take a risk that might be too much. They're waiting to challenge you and say, why would you want to do this? Is that really where you want to see yourself? Do you really want to be working that hard? What's it going to take to make that thrive, to make that successful? What's it going to take to get to that point? And you're even going to get to that stage where you're surrounded by your closest family members, the closest people that you trust. And instead of having that support, and instead of having that deep down feeling of gratitude and just happiness, they're going to start to doubt you. And not only are they going to start to doubt you, they're going to be jealous of you. They're going to be sitting there going, they're going to be wishing that they were in your spot so much that they're going to get to a point that they're going to try and get into the same thing that you're doing. They're going to try and get into that same situation because they want to have that feeling of success, but they don't want to learn and they don't want to take that lesson that you may have done because you're the one that's been working your ass off. And this is the big factor too here, is that when we're looking at this, think about somebody driving down the street, right? You're driving down the street, you see a car accident, you start rubbernecking, you start looking to the side. You want to see what's going on, okay? I had somebody pick me up from the airport when I just got back from Tokyo. The entire drive back was talking about this negative thing versus this negative thing versus that negative thing versus, can you believe this individual said that about that individual who did this and then they did this. And I'm coming back from a business trip that was super successful. So successful that even in that specific business trip, I'm going forward and I'm thinking, there's a lot of people that haven't hit us up. There's a lot of people that have wanted to see this demise, that have wanted to see this success falter because they have been incapacitated by fear, or they have been incapacitated by jealousy, or they have been incapacitated by just doing what they think they should be doing. People love to see struggle. They love to see failure. They love to see someone not be successful because they wish it was them in that position to be fulfilling their dreams and to be working forward. And the biggest thing as far as what we can do when we take this step, because I do feel a little negative when I'm talking about it, is that I'm looking forward and I'm going, okay, we've got a dream. I've had a dream since I was 15 freaking years old that I'm still working towards. And that dream is what fuels my passion, that I want to get to this point, to have this place right here develop and have my home and my family living back in this specific area over here, and have another area over here that I can do my work and I can have my stuff and I can have people here that are a key part of my life and I can have a positive impact on them and help them grow over a long period of time to become better individuals, to become better athletes. That's what I'm doing specifically in my other journey. And this is the whole thing here, is that when you really think through this and you think through, I've had other businesses that I've been ousted from because of jealousy, because somebody else can't have the vision that you have. Someone else can't have the work ethic that you have. Someone else can't have the passion that you have for your dreams. So I want you right now to write down, what are your dreams that you want to work towards? What's the passion that you want to have to become the best person that you can possibly be? And that passion and those dreams can have a positive impact on your surrounding people, on your surrounding community. And then when you start to write those dreams down, I really want you to dig deep and think through and say, who doesn't want me to achieve this? Who doesn't want me to have financial success? Who doesn't want me to be at the top? Who doesn't want me to have a positive impact on people? Who doesn't want to see all of my things that I'm passionate about come to fruition? And when you figure that out, and I want you to write those things down, and I want you to look through, and then the next step you've got to take is, who does want you to have that? And you start sharing those visions, you start sharing those dreams, and you start listening to some people who are going to say, hey, have you thought through this? Or hey, have you thought about that? Versus other people who are going to say, well, yeah, I tried that one time, but that just didn't work out. Or hey, I thought about that. Or, I know somebody who did this one time, and when they did that, they put out a lot of risk, and then they went belly up, they went bankrupt, and, they had a divorce, and wow, their family's just ridiculous. Because that's what people want to tell you, because they want to hold you back from what you can achieve, because they aren't capable of digging deep. They aren't capable of establishing that vision because they've been so inundated with negativity. They've been so inundated with scrolling and rubbernecking in those situations. You don't see someone driving down a highway and go, wow, that guy, that woman, she's probably really happy right now. She looks great. Like, she's just enjoying life. Instead, you're thinking, oh man, they've got a nice car. I wonder what they do for a living, or did their husband buy that for them? And those are the thoughts that we have. And so when we can actually try to eradicate those thoughts, you can put yourself in that situation that you have to do what you want to do. You have to do what you are passionate about. You have to do what is going to have a positive impact on everybody around you. And then you've got to go and you got to look at your kids, or you got to look at your future kids or your future wife, or look at your wife right now. And you can sit there and explain to your future children, or explain to your children if you have some right now, and say, hey, I want you to know this is what I want to do. And I want to make myself proud, but I want you as my child. I want you as my kid to look at me and to look up at me. And I want you to be proud of who your dad is or your mom. I want you to be proud of what we've become. And I want to share this story because this past week when I was in Tokyo, I had an athlete accomplish an absolutely historic feat. Literally has never been done in the history of the world. And his response was, it's about this feeling that I'm having right now, but it's also the fact that my kids are going to grow up, and my kids are going to see this, and they're going to be proud of me. They're going to share this story, and they're going to be so happy that their dad did some positive things. And that's a feeling that we all should be striving for. Can you make your parents proud? Can you make your spouse proud? Can you make your kids proud? Those are the three questions. And when you can make them proud, that's what you're going to do it with your passion. And you're going to do it to the 10th degree, and you can't freaking stop. Hope that helps somebody out there. Peace.